Have you ever wondered if your Shih Tzu, that cute and affectionate little dog, might be showing signs of aggression? It can be hard to imagine, but even the sweetest dogs can have moments when they aren't as happy or calm. Maybe you've noticed something different in your pet's behavior, like a sudden change in mood, an unexpected reaction, or an attitude you didn't expect. It could be that your Shih Tzu has done something that made you worried, but you're not sure if it's normal or if it might be a sign of something more serious. In this video, we'll discuss some important things that might be happening with your Shih Tzu that you might not have noticed before. If you love your furry friend and want to understand better what they're feeling, you're in the right place. Taking care of a Shih Tzu is a task full of love, but it can also be challenging when we don't fully understand what they're trying to tell us. That's why we're here today, to help you better understand your dog's behavior. We want you to watch this video closely because what we're going to talk about could make a big difference in your daily life with your Shih Tzu. By the end of the video, you might realize that something that seemed harmless could actually be an important sign about how your dog is feeling. So, stick with us until the end. You might discover something that will improve your relationship with your Shih Tzu. If you're curious and want to learn more about what might be going on, get ready to find out some new and very important things about your best friend's behavior. Imagine you're playing with your Shih Tzu, and everything seems to be going well. Suddenly, when you try to take his toy, he starts growling at you. Or maybe, when you approach while he's eating, he makes a strange, growling noise. This sound, the growl, is a way dogs use to show they're bothered by something. You might be surprised or even a bit scared when this happens, but it's important to understand what this behavior means. When a Shih Tzu growls unexpectedly, he's trying to communicate that something is making him uncomfortable or irritated. Dogs don't speak like we do, so they use sounds and gestures to show how they're feeling. Growling is his way of saying, hey, I don't like this. Or I feel threatened. This can happen in various situations, like when you try to take a toy he really likes or when you get close while he's eating. For him, these moments might feel dangerous or uncomfortable, even if you don't mean any harm. It's important to pay attention when your Shih Tzu growls because it could be a sign that he's not feeling safe or is afraid of losing something important to him. If this happens, it's better not to insist on taking the toy or getting close to his food at that moment. Try to understand what might be making your dog uncomfortable, and if necessary, seek help from a trainer or vet to resolve the situation. Remember, growling doesn't mean your Shih Tzu is bad or that he doesn't like you. He's just trying to communicate in the way he knows. With patience and care, you can help your dog feel safer and happier, and over time, this behavior may decrease. Let's talk about when your Shih Tzu starts to bite. You might have noticed he likes to bite sometimes during play, or even when he's excited. It may seem harmless, especially if the bites are light and don't hurt. But it's important to keep an eye on this, because even a playful bite can be a sign that he's developing aggressive behavior. Dogs, especially when they're puppies, often bite to explore the world around them. They don't have hands like us, so they use their mouths to understand things. However, if a Shih Tzu continues to bite frequently, even after growing up, it might be a sign that he's trying to assert dominance or defend himself from something he sees as a threat, even if it's just a game. If your Shih Tzu bites when you're playing, he might be testing limits to see how far he can go. The problem is, if this isn't controlled, it could turn into a more aggressive habit. Imagine he starts biting harder or at unexpected times, like when you're just petting him or picking him up. What started as a playful nibble can turn into something more serious, and that's when things can get complicated. That's why it's very important to teach your Shih Tzu from an early age that biting is not okay, even during playtime. If he tries to bite, you can stop the game and show that you won't continue having fun in that way. Another tip is to offer him his own toys to bite, so he can satisfy this urge without hurting anyone. If you notice that the biting is becoming more frequent or stronger, it might be time to seek help from a trainer or vet. They can teach you techniques to reduce this behavior and ensure that your Shih Tzu grows up happy and without aggressive problems. With patience and care, you can help your dog learn that instead of biting, he can play in safer and more fun ways. Have you noticed how your Shih Tzu moves and behaves? The way he positions his body can reveal a lot about how he's feeling. Sometimes, he might get his whole body tense, with his ears pulled back and his tail held low. These signs can be a way for him to show that he's uncomfortable, scared, or even feeling threatened. When a dog feels this way, he might react aggressively to protect himself. Imagine your Shih Tzu is in a situation that makes him nervous, like encountering a larger dog or being in a noisy place. If you see that his body becomes stiff, his tail drops, and his ears go back, it's like he's saying, I'm scared, or I don't like this. Even if he doesn't make noise or growl, his body is showing that he's not feeling well. When dogs become tense like this, they might be preparing to defend themselves if they feel threatened. They can't speak to tell us they're afraid, so they use their bodies to communicate. If the fear or discomfort is too great, he might end up reacting aggressively, like growling or even trying to bite, to ward off what's bothering him. That's why it's crucial to observe your Shih Tzu's body language. If you notice him in this tense posture, it's best to try to calm him down and remove him from the situation that's making him nervous. Speak to him calmly, pet him slowly, and if he doesn't seem to improve, it might be good to take him to a place where he feels safer. Over time, you'll learn to understand your Shih Tzu's signals and help prevent him from feeling threatened. This way, you can ensure he feels protected and loved and doesn't need to resort to aggressive behaviors to defend himself. Always remember that your Shih Tzu trusts you to take care of him and make him feel secure in any situation. Imagine your Shih Tzu is playing with his favorite toy, and suddenly when you try to take it, he starts growling or showing his teeth. Or maybe, when someone approaches his food bowl, he gets upset, growling and acting like he's saying, this is mine. These behaviors are signs of possessiveness, meaning he feels the need to protect what's important to him, whether it's a toy, food, or even a person. When a Shih Tzu behaves this way, he's trying to ensure that no one will take what he considers valuable. It's like he's saying, stay away, this is mine. This kind of behavior might seem normal in some situations, but if it happens frequently, it's important to pay attention because it can turn into something more serious. For example, if he's always growling when someone gets near the food, it might indicate he's afraid of losing what he has and thus becomes more aggressive. Possessive behavior can lead to problems because it might cause your Shih Tzu to act aggressively even when there's no real threat. If he thinks he needs to protect everything all the time, he might start growling or showing his teeth in normal situations, like when someone just wants to play or pet him. This can make people around him feel scared or cause him to accidentally hurt someone. The best way to handle this is to teach your Shih Tzu that he doesn't need to worry so much. You can start by showing that no one will take his things and that if he shares or lets you take something, he might get something even better in return, like a treat or a cuddle. Additionally, it's important not to provoke him or take things suddenly so he doesn't feel threatened. When your Shih Tzu starts barking a lot in a way that seems angry, he's not just making noise. These barks might be his way of saying he feels threatened or is trying to protect something he thinks is important, like the house, his food, or even you. It's like he's warning, stay away. This is mine. Barking is a way for dogs to communicate. They don't speak like us, so they use barking to show their feelings. But when the barking is constant and sounds aggressive, it might mean he's feeling very territorial. This means he thinks he needs to protect what's his, so he barks to keep away anything or anyone he sees as a threat. Sometimes, this behavior starts simply, like when he barks at a stranger walking by or another dog approaching the house. The problem is, if this happens all the time and he doesn't learn to relax, these barks can become a habit, and he might end up barking at everything and everyone, which can be stressful for both him and you. It's important to understand that your Shih Tzu isn't barking this way because he's bad, but because he feels he needs to protect his space. If he notices that barking makes things he sees as threats go away, he'll keep doing it. So, it's essential to teach your Shih Tzu that there's no need for so much noise. You can start by showing him that things passing by or other people aren't a threat. Reward him when he stays quiet in situations that would normally make him bark. Gradually, he'll learn that not everything needs to be defended and that he can trust you to protect him. This way, the barking will decrease, and he'll feel more relaxed and secure without needing to shout to the world that he's protecting what's his. This will make your Shih Tzu more relaxed and make living with him even more enjoyable. When your Shih Tzu sees someone he doesn't know, you might notice he reacts in an exaggerated way. He might start barking aggressively or even try to bite. This could be a sign that he's feeling scared or threatened. Imagine you're at home, and someone knocks on the door. If your Shih Tzu starts barking loudly and showing its teeth, it might be trying to protect itself. To him, a stranger might seem like a threat, which is why he reacts this way. It's as if he's saying, "Oh, watch out, I don't know you, and I'm not sure if I can trust you." This kind of reaction can happen when he sees new people or when someone gets too close. Your Shih Tzu might feel the need to defend his space or his owners, which is why he acts so intensely. Sometimes, he might even try to bite because he thinks it's the only way to protect himself. So what should you do when your Shih Tzu reacts like this? First, it's important to understand that he's not trying to be mean. He's just feeling insecure and using barking or biting to show that he's scared. To help your Shih Tzu feel more comfortable with strangers, you can do a few things. A good idea is to introduce him to new people gradually. Let him see that people are not a threat. You can ask friends and family to come to your house and be kind to him without forcing contact. Reward your Shih Tzu with treats and affection when he behaves well around new people. This way, he will learn that there's no need to be afraid. When someone tries to pet your Shih Tzu and he starts growling or even trying to bite, it's a sign that he's not feeling comfortable. Even if he's usually a sweet dog, this behavior can show that he's getting irritated or scared. Think of it this way: when someone approaches you for a hug when you don't want it, you might feel uncomfortable and want to move away. It's similar with dogs. If someone approaches to pet your Shih Tzu and he reacts by growling or trying to bite, it's as if he's saying, "I don't like this, please stop." These reactions can happen for various reasons. Maybe your Shih Tzu is tired and doesn't want to be touched at that moment, or maybe he's feeling threatened in some way. It's important to realize that when he does this, it's not because he wants to be mean. He's actually trying to communicate that he needs more space or that he's feeling insecure. If you notice that your Shih Tzu reacts negatively when someone tries to pet him, it's a good idea to give him some space and not insist. Let him calm down, and if needed, ask the person to wait a bit before trying again. It's important to respect your Shih Tzu's space and show him that he can trust you to keep him safe. Now that you know the 7 signs that your Shih Tzu might be showing aggression, it's important to pay attention to his behavior to ensure he's always happy and safe. From unexpected growling and biting to aggressive barking and exaggerated reactions to strangers, each of these signs could indicate that your dog is feeling uncomfortable or threatened. Remember, your Shih Tzu isn't trying to be mean. He's just using these signs to communicate that something is wrong for him. If you notice any of these behaviors, it's a good idea to pay a bit more attention to your furry friend and look for ways to help him feel calmer and more secure. And if you have any questions or want to share your experience, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you think and how you're dealing with these signs in your Shih Tzu. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips and useful information on how to take care of your dog. We're here to help you ensure that your Shih Tzu is always happy and healthy.